Where was the music I found? It was this. And then boom, boom, click. Here we go. Okay. Dark Thrust. What a great way to start this one, huh? Part 2. Starting with the Dark Thrust. Once you go Demon Slayer, you never go back. Improved an issue with this. Okay, let's read the memes first, okay? So part 2, starting with the demons, or all the Explorer, the Resistance characters, of course. For Demon Slayer, we adjusted Demon Bane, Jormungandr, and Orthus cooldowns, duration, and damage to create better synergy with Demon Slayer's other skills. I feel like it was already fully 2 minutes, but okay. We made Devil Cry's cast speed faster to make it more usable in both hunting and boss battles. Okay, and that's Demon Cry, I think, right? Yeah. And added normal monster damage to Demon's Explosion's first attack to make it more effective when hunting. And that's the Infernal Concussion. Okay, Dark Thrust improved the issue where the skill could not be used continuously for a certain period of time after being used. Oh, okay. Yeah, right now this skill is basically like you dash. Like, there's a huge end delay after you use it. Okay, Infernal Concussion. First attack will now deal 400% points increased damage when attacking normal monsters. 400% points increase? Okay. That's a whole lot more. Demon Cry action delay has been decreased by about 15%. That's probably a good idea. Metamorphosis skills have been improved so that it does not activate special core. Sure. Jormungandr cooldown has been decreased from 108. Oh, is it at 108? Increase from 108 to 123. Okay, and then 123 is fine because with like Mercedes and all that shit, you get to 120, and then 120 it syncs up with the 2-minute stuff. Damage increase from 1700 to 1950. Damage when hit disappears. Oh, when it disappears, it increases from 1800 to 2100. Okay, cool. I guess if you're using it for mobbing, that might be a little bit on your rotations, a little bit of a nerf there then, right? Because it's probably still killing. So for mobbing, it might be nerf. Orthus duration increased from 40 seconds to 52. Dude, Orthus is already so strong. They just added, what is this, 30% more duration. Okay. Demon Bane. Let's see what we do to Demon Bane. In the last update, we gained 100% final damage on Demon Bane. Or sorry, in the update coming in about 10 days, Demon Bane is going to receive 100% damage increase, 100% final damage increase. Let's see what they do to it here. Cooldown has been decreased from 240 to 120. Damage during the keydown has been decreased from 650 to 400. The damage after the keydown ends has been decreased from 1560 to 950. The invincibility duration has been decreased from 8 to 6 seconds, and the maximum keydown duration has been decreased from 4 to 3 seconds. So just everything on 2 minute. Jesus. Okay. I mean, if you haven't bought any Demon Slayer stock yet, I would say invest in it now. It's already... 4-minute rotation is still down damage-wise with the change. Yeah, but that has to do with... Fuck. Oh yeah, where's the video of the Luminous? Apparently the Luminous changes are very bad. Let me check this right now. Oh no. Yeah, because so if I can translate this, so they wanted it to bounce up better. So in order to bounce up better, what they did is they made sure that the first hit hits higher on the monster so it can bounce up better. But if the first hit bounces from higher up on the monster, that means there's going to be a certain distance where the bottom monsters therefore cannot get hit anymore. Unless you increase like their hitbox upward, which it seems like they didn't do. Because now in the same map, where you used to be able to bounce down, now you hit it, And now it hits up here, and it doesn't bounce down anymore. It doesn't hit them. Here it does, because the platform is a little bit lower, but here it doesn't hit them anymore. So this map that was pretty good is now completely dead because of that change. Well, that's a lovely. Alright, so this is the before. Okay, we can close the captions. That just says music. Dude, can I say though that this map is fucking insane with that? Oh, and now it's not going to bounce all the way down probably anymore, right? It's just going to get to the mid, and it's going to stop on the mid, and you're never going to be clearing the bottom. Oh, God. Ugh. Okay, I foresee... Oh, there it hit the middle. Okay, there it hit the bottom. One time. Okay, okay. It's sometimes hits the bottom. Sometimes. A few. It's kind of mid, yeah. It's kind of mid. True. Dude, it bounces all the way down on this map. Dude, that's so broken. You just stand on top. Can I just say... Okay. But to be fair, you shouldn't compare it to standing on top and how badly it is. How bad it is. You should compare it to standing in the middle and then showing how good it is now, right? Because it's supposed to bounce up better. So that means you're not supposed to stand on the top and wait for everything to trickle down multiple platforms, but you're supposed to be able to stand in the middle platform and watch it trickle both up and down, right? That's the video we should be comparing with. Let's hope that they do that later in the video as well. Because now you're kind of comparing apples and oranges, right? Well, this is just depressing. Especially because I think he lost some buffs and the monsters aren't even dying in one hit. You looked into it and it's still worse? Damn, okay. Sadly, this video doesn't show that. This video is a little bit of an over-exaggeration of it, I guess, but... Yeah, so there's probably some changes. Oh my god, that's a lot of changes for Demon Avenger. Okay. Are we getting nerfed? What's up, guys? Demon Avenger adjusted the main skill Revenant's cooldown and duration to create synergy with Demon Avenger's other skills. Thank you. In addition to improve hunting performance, we changed shield chasing to be able to be used while in the air? Shield charge in the air? Huh? And Moonlight Slash's attack range? Yeah, because Moonlight Slash it dies in 5th job. Because the range is the same as Frenzy. And Frenzy is up all the time. So you're basically just... You're like double swiping, but if you're already killing with Frenzy, that skill can't do anything, so you have to have at least like a bigger range, yeah. I hope actually mostly bigger vertical range, if possible. Also, we've improved combat convenience by unifying all the main attacks exceed durations to the maximum, increased armor breaks debuff duration, and released overloads buff duration. Overload release overloads buff duration. Okay. However, Demon Avenger's combat performance in boss battles exceeded our expectations because of the structural numerical improvements we made during the first half year, so we inevitably had to nerf Demon Frenzy's final damage boost. Which is... I don't know how I feel about that. Not just because I play the character, but it is very high risk to get that final damage though, because you can literally die to anything. It's like, yeah, at the upper end it can outperform, but you have to be so careful. Like, there's ways that you can attack that, right? You can make it even more risky, or you can make it even more punished, or you can just take away, like, you know, keep the risk exactly the same, but give us less back for it. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. Duration of each exit range from 10 seconds to 20 seconds. Overload release from 60 to 90 seconds. That's no problem. Yeah, we went through Dual Blade on the video. That video is already under !KMS if you check the command in the chat. Duration of each Exceed stage has been increased. Yeah, the attack range is increased by about 33% for Exceed. Okay, I hope that's in every direction. But it might be just horizontal. Execution, yeah. Shield chasing skill has been improved so that it can be used while in the air. Oh, this is shield chasing. Oh, we can nether shield while in the air? Yo, that's actually dope. You know what that means? This means that I can do Frenzy, hover in the air next to Damien while he's like throwing down Cheetos or flaming hot Cheetos, and also make new shields right next to him while I'm hanging in the air and like slowly floating down. Armor break defense reduction benefits increased from 30 seconds to 60 seconds. Another slice, that's nice, because this skill is, you know, for boss damage, ass cheeks. And if I don't have to worry all the time about this. There's still a big thing that they need to change. They need to make it so that buffs aren't like above the boss, or debuffs aren't above the boss just floating, and if there's more than 5 that are like different screens of them that are like flickering and going in and out of, phasing in and out and everything, all the debuffs need to be shown like where the bind debuff is now after the upcoming change, on the top left underneath the HP bar of the boss, with like a timer as well, so that you see when it's expiring, so you don't have to over debuff to make sure that it's still there when you can't see it for a while. But I don't know, maybe in like 2 or 3 years we'll finally have that, which is like the basis of any MMO ever made after, like, well, since computers were able to play MMOs basically, but like having it float on the boss itself is just, there's just too much clutter, too much stuff going on. But you know, Demon Frenzy maximum final damage boost has been decreased from 35% to 20%. Okay. Not a fan. That's pretty big. Gotta do a ooh, oof. Gotta do one of those. Oof. One of those sound effects. Fixed issue where sometimes the damage reduction effect would continue after using the skill. Yeah, that's the whole point. The point is that when you use it, you get the buff for a while, right? Is that not supposed to be the thing? Uh-oh. And Revenant cooldown is decreased from 240 to 120. Duration has been decreased from 30 seconds to 15 seconds. That is going to make it significantly harder to solo hard Lucid. These 2 changes is going to make Demon Avenger hard Lucid solos way harder. Because you're going to be able to die to random shit during your burst. Oof. Fuck. Class is finally in like a situation where it can do content. Oh. 4-minute classes that were barely passing part 3 tests, yeah, they won't be able to do it anymore. I mean, and this one, it's not just for the damage, but this one, it's for the survivability. When you're standing like on top of Lucid with Frenzy, trying to, you know, get as much damage out as possible, getting all of this final damage out to be able to clear it, you need the Revenant for 30 seconds at least, like, of those 40 seconds, to be able to, you know, the first 5 seconds you can go in random, and then Revenant at the end, and then just out heal it or use Forbidden Contract to keep your HP higher to be able to not die. But if it's only 15 seconds, there's a whole lot more stuff that can actually kill you. There's still big buffs coming for DA. Yeah, you think they're really big buffs, but they're not that big. When I did a BA, like a full 4-minute BA for Black Mage, the 2 skills that are getting buffed, so the Revenant Spikes and the Dimensional Sword, those skills together are only 15% of my damage. So like, Dimensional Sword was getting doubled in damage and faster interval on hitting, and the Revenant Spikes are getting doubled in damage, but that's only 15% of my damage. And a lot of people think like, oh, their burst is just going to double. It's not exactly the case, because a lot of our burst is already coming from Frenzy and from Blood Feast. And especially with these changes, with the final damage from Frenzy to get taken off, that's going to like kind of chop the characters off at the knees. I know that they just... What their point is, they want to synergize all the skills together, but I think it's good that you don't have to use every single skill that you own every single 2 minutes. I think that's a bit much, especially with our 5th job being this big. I think it's fine to have some skills that are on 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute. I like have things on like 60 seconds, 90 seconds, 120, 150, 180. 240, you know, like have that be the time slots and everything be on that. Just don't do some skills on 50 and some on 108, you know. I agree with that, with those timings, but I think it's okay to not have your entire kit on a 2 minute. DA had their patch in the sun time to gut. Yeah, like, oh, this character was literally dead for 5 years. Oh, we gave it like 6 months to shine, and now time to go back to the cave, back to the dungeon. For Battle Mage, reduce the fatigue of having to maintain dark marks on monsters by improving Dark Lightning and the January 27th skill improvements. But Dark Lightning's damage itself was still effective in boss battles, making the optimal damage rotation still include continuously activating Dark Lightning with Teleport. It's hard to completely eliminate the inconvenience of this mechanism, but in the update, I mean, I think a Battle Mage knows what they're getting into when they're playing the character, no? That they're going to have to like telecast on top of the boss to keep the damage up. I'm pretty sure that they know that's what you're signing up for. And added normal monster damage to Dark Lightning to make sure that there were no significant performance changes. In addition, we improved... oh wait, sorry. Damage. We moved some of Dark Lightning's damage to Dark Mark's damage. Okay. Additionally, we improved the main 5th job skill Grim Reaper by increasing the maximum number of enemies hit, and Abyssal Lightning by increasing the activation range to be the same as Legion Aura's maximum range. Oh, Union. Yeah, not Union, Legion. Not Legion, but actually Union here. That activates more intuitively. We also improved overall combat experience, including the feeling of control through changes to Teleport, Black Magic Altar, and Union Aura. However, Battle Mage was currently performing above our expected range in boss battles, so we adjusted Battle Mastery's final damage boost. Battle Mage was overperforming. Oh boy. Okay. You can now move on a platform even if the range is shorter than the teleport range. Wow. Thank you. What's the short conclusion of the DS stuff? I mean, half the duration on Bane, so if you're looking for like a 40-second burst or for a hard lucid burst or something like that, it's a direct nerf to that. But you'll basically have everything on a 2-minute now. Orthos got 12 extra seconds of duration, which is huge. Dark Lightning damage has been increased from 225 to 100%. The skill now deals 125% point increased damage when attacking normal monsters. Mark activated attacks damage has been increased from 350 to 400. The skill description has been changed to be more accurate. Okay. Final damage boost has been decreased from 25% on Battle Mastery to 15%. Unit Aura skill will now automatically activate the Aura skill that was being used before Union Aura when the buff ends. Okay, that's seems like something that should be in there from the beginning. Language Altar Emperor. An issue where installing 2 altars at the same time while facing left would sometimes install only 1. Okay. It was awkward near the Black Magic Altar and the curse began. Does anyone think the Black Magic Altar should have more like a hitbox like the Xenon summon, where it kind of just bounces between the height of the pillars and not just like on the ground, to give you like multi-platform hitting with that? Or is that not necessary at all? I don't know how BAMs do. So leveling Decent Blessing with EXP node is a good idea. Leveling Decent Blessing? No. Decent Holy Symbol is what you want to level. Not Decent Blessing. Decent Holy Symbol, yeah. As long as the character is not going to be a boss mule. If it's going to boss mule, there's no point in leveling that. Grim Reaper maximum number of enemies hit increased from 10 to 12, and Abyssal Lightning activation range increased by about 53%. Okay. But yeah, that final damage changed though. Okay, so they're trying to slightly adjust and take away some of the tedium and readjust them in damage to where they want them to be. Okay, Wild Hunter. What the fuck? Beast form. Wow. Rar. Drill container. Gachigasm. Okay, developer knows Wild Hunter had the characteristics of various skills dealing increased damage based on the character level. This did not provide a sufficient skill growth experience and could bring unintended performance changes with future max level expansions, so we have set all values based on level 300 and removed the mechanic. Oh my god, no scaling past 300 for Wild Hunter. Cries in 8 years from now. In terms of combat, we have remade Beast Form, which had a low utility, into an invincibility skill that can be used relatively frequently to improve necessary survivability in boss fights. Ooh! Well, like a 30-second cooldown one, or what? Oh, 70. The action delay has been increased by 76%. Skill can no longer be used on ropes and ladders. RIP. Choose a combat to improve hunting performance. Wild Falcon Type P. Assistant hunting unit and trade container improved overall. In addition to provide better control, the action delay when riding a jaguar has been adjusted. The distance moved with double jump has been increased. I think they did that for the archers as well, right? For the other archers. And jaguar-related skills like Summon Jaguar and Jaguar Storm have been improved to be more convenient. Man, how many times have they redone Jaguar Storm? I feel like this is the 12th time since this skill was since it was released that they did something to the skill to try to make it work. It's like, we know where we want to go with the skill, but it's never quite there. There's always something to do. Always something to work on with it. Alright, so what are the changes? Double jump further, action delay when riding Jaguar gone. Well, not gone, decreased. Summon Jaguar have increased movement speed when chasing enemies. Critical damage and status resistance boost when summoning a Jaguar has been removed and changed into a passive effect. The Summon Jaguar's damage... Critical damage and status resistance boost when summoning a Jaguar has been removed. Okay. The Summon Jaguar's damage has been changed to 170% regardless of character level. Another bite's damage per stack has been changed to 70% regardless of character level. So that should be a huge buff, like damage-wise, for early on for Wild Hunter, right? That they're getting the level 300 levels of damage. Claw Cut damage changed to 230%. Crossroad damage changed to 285%. It's going to increase the Summon Jaguar and Claw Cut's damage by 30% points and another bite by 15. Sonic Boom changed to 320. And 40% points and 15 on the other ones. Assistant Hunting Unit. The attack mode duration has been increased from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. Reload time has been decreased from 4 seconds to 2 seconds. Oh, okay. So instead of 3 seconds uptime, 4 seconds downtime, it's 5 up, 2 down. Okay. The attack range has been increased by about 31%, and skill has been improved so that it does not activate special cores. Huh. And in Beast form, yeah, 2 seconds of iframe. Cooldown of 70 seconds. Skill effect has been changed. The action delay has been increased by 76%. Because I imagine that it was a buff before which had almost no action delay, so now they actually give it some. Although I don't know if you really want a lot of action delay. Well, if it's an iframe, yeah. Attack range for Wild Falcon Type P has been increased by about 31%. I hope some of that is vertical, because I believe that it's quite a narrow attack range. The cooldown has been changed from 210 seconds to 120 seconds on Jaguar Soul. Oh, a 2-minute bind now. Yeah, 210 is so weird. 2-minute bind now for Wild Hunter. Damage has been changed to 180% regardless of skill. Now increases Summon Jaguar, Claw Cut, Crossroad, and Sonic Boom's damage by 50% points, and another bite's damage by 20% points. Okay. Shuriken duration has been increased from 15 seconds to 30. Attack range has been increased by about 100%. And has been moved slightly upwards. Slightly, okay. The skill effect has been changed. Skill has been improved so that it does not activate special cores. Rampage as 1. Damage has been changed to 800%. And 150% points on all the other ones. And another bite 40% points. And then the resummon cooldown has been decreased from 6 seconds to 3 seconds. The skill has been improved so that when while Jaguar Storm is active, you can now use Crossroad while riding a Jaguar regardless of the cooldown. What a mechanic skill on a Wild Hunter? Because it's just part of the resistance.
You know?
They're all helping each other. This is why one of the people who pilots a giant robot on a mechanic is also a cat. If you look very closely, you can see it in the shoulder, left shoulder. JK, that's not a thing at all. Okay, mechanic. For mechanic, we enhance their survivability by adding invincibility to War Machine Titan while adjusting its cooldown. Is that this one here, the AoE? Oh, finally, dude. This is the skill that looks the most like an iframe that I've ever seen that wasn't one. That and... oh, there was one other skill that locks you in place forever, but you can still just die to everything. But yeah, what up, Frustrated? In addition to lower mechanics combat fatigue overall, we improved homing missile to be able to be used as a key down and increased magnetic field and robot factories durations. I thought they were going to say that they changed homing missile to a passive that just triggers automatically. That was too much wishful thinking for me right there. My bad. Sorry, I thought they were actually going to make the skill useful and the class playable. Silly of me. How silly of me. Also, we made various improvements to metal armor, tank, massive fire, robot factory, and micro missile container to increase combat convenience. Okay, let's see what the mechanics are going to be doing. Are we all going to main mechs in 6 months? Let's see. The skill's been improved so that it is not cancelled when you are stunned or petrified. The skill's been improved so that you can use professions while riding. Oh my god. True. Based. Fiction where if you died, sometimes you would appear to be riding the metal armor, but it was not applied. Huh. Missile skills improved so that you can use it. You can use it by holding the key down. Yeah, that's a big improvement, especially if you're on high ping. Yeah. Metal armor tank skills improvement is not cancelled when you're stunned or petrified. Use professions sometimes when you die. Okay, so that's the same change as that one. Massive fire iron skills been improved so that the bullets pierce through enemies. The maximum number of enemies hit has been increased from 1 to 4. Ooh. Okay. Magnetic field duration has been increased from 60 seconds to 80 seconds. Massive fire iron B improved to pierce and hits 6 instead of 1 enemy now. Okay. Mechs got demounted if they got petrified, i.e. in gloom. Yeah, it was a shit show. Robot Factory RM1 duration increased from 30 to 60 seconds. Wow, they really are making all of the summons last way longer on a lot of characters. And like debuffs as well, right? Debuffs. War Machine Titan skill's been improved so that you are invincible while using it. The damage reduction while using the skill has been removed. The cooldown... Oh, there was a damage reduction. That's what that was. Okay. The cooldown has been increased from 30 seconds to 60 seconds. Okay. I think they're probably okay with that. Micro Missile Container skill has been improved so that it prioritizes the boss monster with the highest maximum HP. I can't believe that was not a thing. Because this... This thing does so much damage, and if it hits, and it's a short cooldown, like it's a lot of your DPS, if that constantly hits the wrong target, you're boned. Metal Armor Full Burst. Fixing an issue where sometimes if a status effect was applied at the same time as casting, it would be cancelled. Bro, that's crazy that they fixed that here. Because the exact same thing happened to Abyssal Recall, and that was fixed, I think, a year ago. Sometimes you would pop Abyssal and get hit by something that would stun you at the same time, and you would just get stunned out of the skill. Skill would go on cooldown, and would still go off in the background, but wouldn't do any damage, and you were just fucked. Because you got stunned out of your iframe, you know, makes sense, right? Fixing an issue where you could fire homing missiles immediately after the skill ended. Oh, well, that doesn't seem like a whole big of a problem. Xenon. Wow, skill looks a little different. Let's see. For Xenon to improve hunting performance, we decreased Purge, Lob, Masquerade, Bombardment, Action Delay, and hit timing, and slightly increased its range for slightly. Let's see how slightly we'll increase it. In addition, for bosses that move around frequently, and to improve the situation where you were forced to use Blade Dancing. Hey, Blade Dance. Instead of the main attack, Purge, Lob, Masquerade, Snipe, we made Photon Rays additional aiming faster for each attack hit instead of each attack. Okay. Also, to slightly shorten the preparation time required to deal the most damage, we have decreased Overload Mode's excessive energy charging time and improved the ease of use of various skills such as Virtual Projection, Incline Power, and Amaranth Generator. Oh yeah. Remember that all of this stuff can also slightly tweak what nodes we boost, right? Boost nodes. But again, that's months away, so don't get too upset about that just yet. Incline Power can be auto-buffed. Virtual Projection can be auto-buffed. This is actually really good, because this thing sometimes gets kicked off, and then you might not notice for a little bit. Like when you get hit by a hat or something like that, like in Pierre, like this thing will take the hit and you'll lose it, so it'll get auto-rebuffed when that happens. That's good. Why is it not a toggle? I don't know, man. MapleStory. Purge, Lob, Masquerade, Bombardment attack range has been increased by a whopping 2%. Woo! Action delay has been decreased by 13%, and hit timing has been decreased. The skill effect has been changed. Personal max credit. Snipe action delay decreased by about 3%. To fix an issue in the first, third, and fourth job skill UI where the skill locations were placed awkwardly. Awkward. Hammer generator. The action delay was decreased by about 13%. Smasher. You can now use a virtual projection while the attack is being activated. The time before you can re-input the skill key to end the attack after activating it has been increased. Okay, so you can't accidentally turn it off as easily. Overload mode, the excess energy charge time has been decreased from 2 seconds to 1 second. The MP consumption per second has been changed from 1% plus 180 to 2% plus 180. Ooh. Plasma current will no longer activate special cores. Okay, but because you can charge it faster, there's less lost time and MP lost while you're charging rather than while you're activating it. And photon rays, which an additional aiming time is decreased for each attack hit. This sounds weird to me. The additional aiming time is decreased for each attack hit. But you can't really hit the attack yet unless you've let it go and you've stopped aiming, no? Where are my Xenons at in the chat? Imagine you're faster for each attack hit instead of each attack. But like, you're holding down the skill and you're like aiming, and then you fire. How can you go by each attack hit during the aiming process? Because other skills, you have to hit other skills? Refers to the second aim? I think it might be while you're aiming. If you hit with other skills while you're aiming, that speeds it up or something. Because you're going to be holding it down, right, as a key down while you're doing other skills. I think that's what they mean. Otherwise, it doesn't make internal sense to me. But Blaster. Attack range increased by about 95% and skill effect changed on Magnum Punch. Ooh. Oh my god, are we getting some Blaster love? Blaster's back? Pause champ? For Blaster, we adjusted the after image shock and maximized cannon's cooldown and duration to improve synergy with Blaster's other skills to improve Blaster's hunting ability. We simplified after image shock's passive effect, activation conditions, and improved it in various ways. I thought I said in our own way. Such as the after image reactivation cooldown, enemy number of enemies hit, and activation range. In addition, we further increased the attack ranges of the major skills like Shockwave Punch, Magnum Punch, and Double Fang. Also to improve overall combat convenience, we increased Hammer Smash's debuff duration and Combination Training's buff duration. Just skip Blaster. Dude, this is going to be your second character, man. Like when Kadena gets boring and you can't level anymore, then you're just going to play Blaster on the side. Because it's going to be like the closest thing that gives you the same level of love. It's not a key down, you hit it once and it aims, then you hit it again to fire. So how do you read it then, Angelic? I think I was always holding it down. Burning Breaker is used as a way to reuse the skill to instantly explode it while charging. Finally, we added critical status effect immunity to Vulcan Punch's key down and changed ducking and sway to not activate special cores. Okay. Time to aim is faster? Well, time can be faster, right? Time can be shorter or longer, but time is not fast. Fast means not a lot of time. Got him! So Magnum Punch is big. Double Fang. Attack range has been increased by about 36%. Skill effect has also been changed. Okay. This skill has been improved. Yeah. Attack range for Hammer Smash increased by about 36%. Fixing debuff effect was displayed at an awkward location. Okay. Bobbin and Weaving. Combination Training duration has been increased from 10 seconds to 30 seconds on Combination Training. Oh, okay. And then same with Combination Training 2. And there's no 3. Okay, I was checking if there was a Combination Training 3. Shockwave Punch attack range has been increased by about 33%. The skill now deals 85% increased damage when attacking normal monsters. Shockwave's attack range has been increased by about 13%. And increased damage when attacking normal monsters has been changed from 220% to 350% points. Okay. Hyper Magnum Punch, the normal monster damage boost to Shockwave Punch's Shockwave has been removed because it's already moved to the other ones. Maximize cannon. The damage boost to skills that use bullets has been decreased from 50% to 35%. Cooldown has been decreased from 240 seconds to 120 seconds. Another one of those big 4-minute, 40-second BA burst nerfs. It seems like they're just like cutting off the peak of all the classes. They don't want it to peak as high and be all of them be more DPM and not as DPS and not as bursty. They don't like that burst meta very much. Vocal Punch has been improved so that you are not affected by critical status effects during the keydown. The final damage boost when hit has been removed. Burning Breaker, this skill will now instantly reload all bullets except those consumed by Burning Breaker when used. You can now input the skill key again while using it to instantly activate the explosion. Oh, this was like one of the iframes, I think, right? Our Lucid Solo is going to be a bit harder. I think so, yeah. You get a ton of small bursts. Yeah. But what really sucks with all of this, though, is that, I mean, I haven't read that far down yet, but I hope that all the Oz rings go to 2 minute then as well, right? Because it feels weird to take people's 3 and 4 minute bursts and put it all on 2 minute, but then keep the Oz rings on 3 minute. Or, you know, maybe that's their way of scaling the Oz rings better. It's the Abyssal Recall of Blaster. Yeah, oh yeah, true, yeah. Why is Hard Lucid harder to solo? Because let's say that you have one skill that you can only use every 20 minutes, but it's insanely strong. You would keep that one to use it when you need all the damage that you can get, right? Now, let's say that you change that skill instead to... you can use it every 10 minutes now, but now it's only half as strong. Well, that means that how strong you can possibly get in any given time span of, like, less than 10 minutes has now gone down, right? Because before, you could save your 20-minute cooldown skill and use it during those 10 minutes, and then you would have a higher peak. For this class, well, it's not just this class. They've done it for a bunch of classes now. They did it for Revenant, for the DA. They did it for Instinctual Combo, for the heroes. They did it for Bane, for Demon Slayers. Basically for all the 4-minute classes. And apparently, like, Arc is on a chopping block as well for that. Which means that when you can really perform the highest and do the biggest burst, that's being brought down. Because the damage is being, you know, adjusted because the cooldown is changed. After its shock, the active effects cooldown has been decreased from 240 seconds to 120. Hey, there we go. Another one. The number of after images that can be activated has been decreased from 99 to 49. The active effects duration has been changed from 180 seconds to 100 seconds. Skill has been improved so that the passive effect will activate when after image shocks. Active effect is not active. Can you put the word active more in a sentence? The skill has been improved so that the passive effect will activate when after image shocks. Active effect is not active. Okay. Wait, how is that an improvement? Aren't you supposed to have the passive active when the active isn't active? Isn't that standard? Isn't that the whole point of a passive? Or is there like a... Or is that only when the skill is off cooldown or something? Maybe. The passive effect's maximum number of enemies... 3-minute classes, mod... Yeah, they're like mod checking right now. It's like, are we okay? Is this... Are we safe? Plus, 3-minute classes are going to get huge, are comparatively going to get really strong in GMS, especially because of domain. But the cool thing is that Bishop is getting a huge buff as a support because they can double tap their Benediction to make it into a 2-minute buff. That's something Kanna can do, and then they can buff a lot on 2 minutes, and they can use it every 2 minutes instead. So bishops are probably going to be more sought after, not just for survivability and for damage as a secondary thing, but for damage almost more as a primary thing. Especially if your whole party is now 2-minute bursters. Maybe Kanna will get this changed. Maybe, yeah. I don't know if they will consider that, or though, you know. You think they'll be smart enough to consider all of that, Noah? You think so? The passive effect's maximum number of enemies hit has been increased from 7 to 10. The passive effect's attack range has been increased by about 29%, and the passive effect's reactivation cooldown has been decreased from 6 to 4 seconds. Okay. Yeah, when you're dealing with passives on skills being on or off, and you're also messing with the cooldown, then you have to make sure that you take all of that into account. Okay. Well, I hope the blasters like this. If you are one of the 2 people who still play blaster somehow, I would say please type a comment, but you can't type anymore because your hands are broken. So please use your nose on your keyboard or use your text-to-speech special microphone that you have to leave a comment on what you think about these changes. Kaiser, Will of read on Kaiser first. For Kaiser, we decreased Final Trance cooldown so that configuration mode could be activated more stably. In addition, we simplified Sword Strike's attack method into a single hit and adjusted its range to improve hunting performance. Right, okay, kind of similar to what the Angelic Buster had with their main attack, right, with Trinity. Excuse me. Also for Will of Swords, we changed it into an on-off skill, which summons the swords automatically every 10 seconds to remove the need to both summon and fire the swords. Oh. Final what? Yeah, I know. Dude, the swords over your head are going to be spawned actively, passively. Nice. We've also improved the speed, although this is something that sounds nice, but any Kaiser is probably going to look at that and be like, oh no, this is shit. Now I have less control, you know? But it's a toggle, so you can choose to or not to. We have also improved the speed that the swords track enemies to make the skill easier to use. I hope that speed is also added to Will of Swords Strike, right? Towards enemies has been okay. Because sometimes this is one of the coolest looking skills and most satisfying skills to use in the entire game. Because it's like, pew, 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 and then it's like just a wall of fire and giant explosions just comes out of nowhere. But I'm talking again like when I was 6 years old and when my sister was like, okay, this kid has ADHDs. when I was adding like sound effects to everything I was saying. Okay, so Will of Swords toggle. You can use Will of Swords charge to fire the summon enemies swords at enemies. The time it takes for the swords to fire swords, Jesus, read properly, please. To start flying towards enemies has been decreased. The skill has been improved so that if the enemy being targeted disappears, the swords will no longer immediately disappear. Thank you. What will they do instead? Your guess is as good as mine. This is a new skill that is used to fire the swords created by Will of Swords. Wait, this is a new skill that is used to fire the swords created by Will of Swords. Okay, so the Will of Swords skill itself is just the act of getting them now. Or the act of summoning them if you want to. And then... wait, this is going to be the skill effect? No, wait. The effect is always above the skill. Okay, this is just... this just looks a whole lot like that. Okay, so they changed the effect for Sword Strike, and basically Will of Swords charge looks exactly like a Sword Strike now, I imagine, because that's what the icon looks like. So they just look like the same. Damage has been increased from 300 to 480%. Explosive attack with the swords hit the ground has been removed. Yeah, so all the damage is just front-loaded and on a single hit. The attack range has been increased by about 13%. And the skill effect has been changed. In general, this is better because if you're pretty close to the summon, the resummon timer, right? The rotation on the map, and you hit them the first time, and then your resummon rotation happens, and then the second explosion kills them, you don't get your monsters back, right? And you quick take some Gloom Darkness mechanic. Save iframes, save the Will skill if you have it, like Hero's Will, Urda's Will. Floating, going up and floating. Killing monsters will lower the darkness bar, so try to kill monsters as quickly as possible and as many as possible. Use summons if you have them. Use giant AoEs if you have them. And try to keep dodging the balls that are falling. And as long as you can kill the monsters around you before they get to you, then not much will happen in normal. In hard, it's a lot in like Chaos Gloom, it's a lot harder because you'll get stuck on the ground as well. If you can, you know, get hit as little as possible. Whenever you get hit, the darkness timer fills up. So, and then sometimes maybe after the gloom has opened, that's maybe a good time to try to trigger the darkness so you can get out of the darkness before gloom closes. Because if gloom closes, the after that you get the laser, right? And if you have the laser during darkness, it could be really tricky to survive. There's no toggle to auto shoot. No, I know. It's just something that's automatic. Yeah, you'll need to shoot it manually. Yeah, you'll need to shoot it manually with the Will of the Swords charge. I wonder, because it says it summons 3 swords every 10 seconds. I wonder if this means that when the 10 seconds is over and you still have your swords, that it will just like hold them, and then as soon as you charge, it'll automatically trigger them, or as soon as you fire them, you have to wait 10 seconds to resummon them. Because I think it's going to be that second one. And if it is, then that probably needs to be changed into the first thing I just mentioned. Because right now, that's what you can do, right? You summon the swords, you have them around, then you fire them, and then you resummon them, and then you can fire them again immediately if you want to, right? To charge your bar faster. Yeah. Kaiser, I barely know her. What? Alright, and then Infernal Breath, the skill has been improved so that it can be used while in the air. The skill effect has been changed. Ooh. Use it in the air. Do people really use this much? I don't know. Advanced Will of Swords. The skill is going to change to match this changed Will of Swords. Sure. Final Trance. Skill cooldown has been reduced from 300 seconds to 240 seconds. Wait a minute. There's still a 240 second here. Off cooldown, big PP damage. Alright, gotcha. Noah, what is this? From 6 minutes to 5 minutes. From 5 minutes to 4 minutes, I mean. But still 4 minutes, though. Further Breath is super important for mobbing. It's poggers. It is probably poggers, though, because it doesn't seem to have any downside. Plus, now it actually synchronizes with things. If they make that 2 minutes, then Kaiser is Omega OP? Yeah, well, if they make it 2 minutes, then they have to do something about the duration of it, right? Kaiser didn't get the memo. They got like part of the memo. They got like, oh, we're reducing the really long cooldowns and we're synchronizing. Okay, everyone's going down to 4 minutes. Nah, I disagree. Tell it to the transformed dragon. Okay. Time it takes for the fire swords to start flying towards enemies has been decreased. Good. All right. Next, Kanye. The new Kanye. For Kanye, we changed the Grip of Agony so that its stacks are not reset in various map movement situations to reduce the battle preparation process. I made improvements to Thanatos' Descent so it can be used more freely. Okay. In addition, we decided that their boss battle ability needed to be buffed, so we increased Natural Born Instinct's final damage boost. How big? Natural Born Instinct's final damage boost increased from 20% to 24%. Bruh. That's not that much. There's 1/5 extra. On top of a 20%, so you're going from 120 to 124. 4% on a 120 is 120. Is 1/30th? 1/30th. So it's a 3.3%, 3.33% final damage increase. That doesn't sound super massive, but I mean, it's something, I guess. Skills been improved so that the stacks are not reset when buffs are reset, entering content like Loooong Dojo, Shirinian Underground's Culvert, and Ursus. Oh, that's not bad. You know, DA got a 20% final damage reduction? Yeah, but it's also not quite 20% final damage reduction, right? It's a 1.35 to 1.2, so it's a to 1.15, so it's a 0.2 out of 1.35. So that's almost 1.7, so it's more like a 14% or something reduction. Yeah. Because if you get final damage reduction on a final damage source, it's final damage, but it's not total damage, right? And when people say final damage, what they mean is total damage, which we'll have to kind of try to reframe and re-educate as we go along to make sure that we're all talking about the same things. Because there's total damage, there's final damage, and there's final damage percentage. And all of these kind of like work differently. But people tend to use final damage for all three, and it can be a little bit confusing. Damage boost buff will now be maintained for the entire duration, even after activating the area of death attack. Oh, okay. The skill has been improved so that the area of death can be activated while in the air. Okay. And improved an issue where sometimes the area of death did not activate well. I've noticed that. Sometimes I have to smash this key like 8 times to get anything useful out of it. Okay. Alright, Kadena. Holy... What the fuck? Did they change every single... Noah, what the fuck? What is this? Are you a new character now? Nodders. For Kadena, first... Hang on. Before we get to that, let me just... Real quick. Pick up my Threads of Fate here. Pick up my little pouches. And start the new one. Just to make Noah wait just a little bit longer. Mage. For Kadena, first we made some improvements to increase stability when linking attacks. We added the effect of not being knocked back by any attacks to several major skills, and added the ability to create a temporary shield together with Dark Side. The effect of not being knocked back, excuse me, every single character already has not being knocked back. You probably mean not being knocked down. First important part there. And added the ability to create a temporary shield together with Dark Sight for a short period of time when weapon variety's additional hit is activated. Huh. We also decreased... weapon variety's additional hit. Is that the 5th job thing with the extra pink, like, that comes out of the air and, like, hits everything? The 3 tiny chains? 3 tiny chains. So it's like final attack? We also decrease the fatigue of maintaining debuffs. All the halved effects of slows. All the halved effects of slows on bosses have been removed. Oh, okay. And the duration of status effects like Terrify, Confusion, Bleed have been increased so that you can enjoy whack point converging attacks effect more naturally. Combat stress. Okay, that sentence was a bit of a train wreck, but also when linking Chain, Arts, Stroke, two other skills, there was an issue where the final damage boost logic would or would not be reflected in certain skills. So we improved this to enhance feedback when linking attacks. Huh. Stroke is your main attack skill? Yeah, you would play a class that the main attack is Stroke. Nice. In addition, we improved combat convenience, such as increasing the usability of some skills like Takedown, Tough Hustle, and Crush. Alright, what is this? Jesus. This is like the Kadena patch now. So, Chain Arts Chase has been improved so that the slow effect is not halved on boss monsters. Okay, better slow. Buff number 1. Chain Arts Stroke, Gachigasm skill has been improved so that the slow effect is not halved on boss monsters. Craigasm, okay. Agent Step skill now increases speed by 40 and jump by 20. Oh my god. That is so much speed. Do you cap speed now? You cap speed now. Oh my god, Noah. That is... Well, you know what that means, Noah. That means that you're going to get competition for being number 1 Kadena again. People are going to be grinding like crazy, trying to pass you again. So I hope you got what you wanted, bro. More totems for you. Time to work on that 2nd and 3rd account for extra totems to stay ahead of everyone. Summon Cutting Scimitar. This skill has been improved so that you cannot be knocked back by any attack during the cast action. Yeah, so knocked down, right? And then knocked down during Summon Scratching Claw as well. Summon Throwing Wing Dagger. I've literally never used this skill when I was leveling Kadena all the way up to 210. Skill's been improved so that the shuriken is created closer to the character. The skills are improved so that if it is linked with Chain Arts Stroke's first hit, the final damage boost will only be consumed when the skill is used so that it applies to both the shuriken attack and the explosion attack. The skills have been improved so that it can be linked with Chain Arts Stroke, Chain Arts Chase, Summon Cutting Scimitar, and Summon Scratching Claw. Bro. Summon Shooting Shotgun. Also no knockdown there. Summon Slashing Knife. Terrified status duration will increase from 10 to 30 seconds. Noise. You're talking about comboing this thing in now, right? Yeah, because I assume that this was mostly kind of used when mobbing sometimes for memes, but for bossing not as much. Summon releasing bomb skills have been improved so that you cannot be knocked back by any attack. Go away. Skills have been improved so that if it is linked with chain arts strokes for set to final damage boost. Okay. And then brick the same change. Yeah. Summon bad skills have been improved. The confusion status duration has been increased from 10 to 30 seconds. Skills have been improved so that you cannot be knocked back or knocked down, I guess, again, by any attack during the cast action. The skill has been improved so that if it is linked with chain arts strokes for set the final damage boost. Yeah. The first hits, number of hits has been increased from 6 to 8. The damage has been increased from 490 to 495. What? Dude, Bat was already fucking insane. What are you talking about? The second hits number of hits has been increased from 7 to 9, and damage increased from 610 to 640. Why? Third hits number of hits has been increased from 8 to 10, and damage has been increased from 790 to 915. What the hell? The feature of the damage being based on the number of enemies being attacked has been removed. Ah, okay, okay. So it should do the same damage to bosses now, right? Or to mobs. It's still a 7% final damage increase. Oof, that is pretty big. Because this is your biggest hitting skill, right? Is there only one Kadena in the chat? Look at this fucking wall of mod Noah Lamatsuma spam. Look at this shit. Thank you, Bell, for breaking this. Holy shit. Chain Arts takedown binds up to 8 nearby enemies with change. Chains. The feature to rush towards the target has been removed. Oh, is this going to be gone from Arc as well? I wonder. Where's the timeout? How many Kadenas did I expect? More than one. You know, just I don't know how many, but more than one. Weapon variety 3. This skill now activates Dark Sight for 2 seconds when an additional hit is activated. Oh. The skill now creates a quickly disappearing shield equal to 10% maximum HP when an additional hit is activated. The shield can stack up to 30% max HP and goes down by 30% of the current shield amount plus 50 per second. What? So you're gonna be tanking everything now, Noah? What the hell? Gonna be face tanking shit? Tough hustle skills may improve so they can be used while in the air. You can tough hustle while in the air, and this is your iframe now, right? The feature to fix weapon variety to the maximum stacks has been removed. Oh, okay. Okay. That's unfortunate. This is unfortunate for noobs. Not for people who actually can play the character, but this is very unfortunate for noobs. Weak point conversion attack, bleed up to 30 seconds. Chain's crush has been improved so that it can be used while in the air. The skill will now stack weapon variety to the maximum number of stacks. Oh, they just added it to this one instead. Okay. The duration of weapon variety when stacked with this feature is 15 seconds. Okay. The skill has been improved so that the slow effect is not halved on boss monsters. Wait, you have 3 slows? Can all of those stack? If all of those stack, then the boss just doesn't move anymore, right? Why? Why? Of course I don't want to do that. Okay, so he's like... Oh my god, he's like building that shield. So he's 100% dead here, but then just creates that shield, cleanses, full heals. Jesus. That looks like it will come in nice and clutch for solos. Dude, that's gonna be so good for Hard Dark now, bro. All of those stupid things hitting you all the time. Just shield them all. You need hands to play that though, just play Adele, true. And Black Mage Part 4. Oh yeah, you're gonna be able to white curse Black Mage Part 4 now. At least try a little bit. Alright, Angelic Buster. For Angelic Buster, extended Finitura Fituccia's debuff duration so that it can be maintained at all time, regardless if you took the cooldown reduced hyperskill or not. And adjusted Primal Roar's action delay to make it smoother when hunting. Does that mean that you got an extra hyperskill then? Is what it looks like, unless they also changed the hyperskill. They didn't. Interesting. So, Angelic Busters just got a free extra hyper skill point. Congrats. In addition, we improved also, but okay, but that also means that that hyper skill should be redone, right? Why don't they mention here that the hyper skill is redone? Why do you make it so that you can keep it 100% uptime even without the hyper, but then still okay? Now nobody's gonna take that anymore. Okay. We improved the usability of Soul Resonance and Pink Scud, and improved the convenience of Energy Burst and Mask of Familiar. Okay. Issue where the skill could not be used continuously for a certain period of time after being used. Okay, very similar to the Demon Slayer Rush skill, right? Primal Roar action delay decreased by 16%. 52 debuff from 20 seconds to 60 seconds. Alright. Skills have been improved. Soul Resonance so that it can be used while in the air. Your character will now be suspended in the air while the skill was used. The skill effect has been changed. Wait, so you can just... somehow, if you can somehow go really high up in the air, you can just Soul Resonance and keep floating in the air? Wait, does Angelic Buster have an up jump now? Can you up jump, blink, Soul Resonance? Maybe... and just hang above the dragon for like an hour? Interesting, okay. Energy Burst skills have been improved so that it is saved by buff freezers, thank god. And then Mask of Familiar skills have been improved so that the acquired magical bubbles are saved. Dude, how would those magical bubbles not saved by buff freezers yet? Oh god. That should have been part of the update that we're getting in like 10 days. That's crazy. Okay. Well, I'm sure Angelic Busters will love that. That makes no sense. Okay, 0. Guys, we're almost done with all the characters. Look at that. Almost no characters left. Oh god. I zoomed too quickly. I was zooming. For Zero, adjusted Limit Break's cooldown to create synergy with Zero's character skills. In addition, Divine Force and Divine Swift's effects did not work as a meaningful choice anymore, so we combined them to improve convenience. We moved some of Rapid Time's effects to resolve time to relieve the stress of managing attacks. Yeah, all these skill names are different, by the way, so that's why I'm not really trying to understand which skills all of them are. That's why I like looking at the pictures. That's why I like these patch notes. We had a feature to joint attack that increases the cooperative attack's number of explosions based on the number of remaining link attacks to provide an easier and more complete option to inflict more damage rather than getting a short invincibility effect. Yeah, because God knows Zero already has enough of those. We have also improved the control feeling by changing Burst Step to be considered a teleport when moving left and right, and making it link together with... Wait... Burst Step is going to be a teleport now, left and right? Bro, so you can just Burst Step through the Lotus Laser and shit? Nice. Create synergy, down to 120 you go. Yeah, that's basically it, yeah. That's nice. Finally, we decided that there... and you can Burst Step through Sickles and Lucid and that kind of stuff. That's cool. Finally, we decided that their hunting performance needed to be improved, so we added normal monster damage to some of the alpha skills, sword / attacks. Zero's hunting performance needed to be improved? In what universe? In the Korean universe, I guess. Oh my god, stop redoing every single skill. I have to read so much. Okay. Divine Force skill has been changed to Divine Aura. The skill effect has been changed. The skill now increases speed by 20, jump by 10, and attack speed by 1. And Divine Swift is gone. RIP. Wait, wasn't Divine Force... didn't it give weapon and magic attack or something? Okay. So, I think this is part of what they also did to the Kadena in making everyone hit max attack speed at max... or max movement and jump at max level, because apparently not all of them had that. They combined the skills? Yeah, but the aura is gone. The damage is gone, though, from it. Burst Step improved the issue where you could... not use certain skills continuous after Burst Step. The skill has been improved so that when it is used to left and right, considered a teleport. Resolve time. The skill now increases attack speed by 1 stage. Oh, another attack speed. Another one. Oh, that's another change for here as well. Because I believe Zero also gets... Invulnerability, right? Yeah, so that also will free up their invulnerability. Who was the other class who got a rank of attack speed? Demon? No. Mercedes? Oh yeah, Mercedes, I think, yeah. So if that all goes through, then both Mercedes and Zero are going to look at redoing inner abilities. Interesting. Rapid time detects effect has been changed to increase damage by 1%. The maximum number of stacks has been decreased from 10 to 5. Strength attack speed boost at maximum stacks has been removed. The maximum number of stacks has been decreased from 10 to 5. Oh, no, wait. Oh, okay. The attack speed just comes from here instead. Okay, okay. Yeah, so instead of making it based on stacks, it's just passive now. They did the same thing to Ilium 2 years ago? Great Sword Mastery skill now increases damage by 50%. The feature of the damage being based on the number of enemies being hit has been removed. Advanced Spincutter Sword Slash now deal 100% points increased damage when normal monsters. Combat recovery changed. Oh, they still found some red crosses, I guess. Advanced rolling curve skill 110% points. Advanced rolling assault for 60% points. Shadow rain damage increased from 1400 to 1600% damage. Okay. Limit break. Hey, down you go from 4 minute to 2 minute. Duration has been decreased from 42 seconds to 24 seconds. The damage has been decreased from 775 to 410%, and shockwave damage decreased from 1300 to 750. That's green though? Yeah, they changed it from red to green. Because you cannot use the red cross in anything except for being part of the red cross. Because there was a skill change here as well that was named red cross, and they had to rename it. And all the crosses that were red in the game were recently changed to all to different colors. All the healing ones were changed to green, but apparently they forgot one here. That's on DA nerf. Yeah, soloing hard lucid is going to be considerably harder. Yeah, Crusader coin change out. Joint attack skills cooperative attacks number of explosions will now be increased by 1 for every 2 remaining link attacks. However, the cooperative attack can only explode up to 5 times. The beta link's damage has been increased from 1750, 60, 60, 2000 to 1920, 1830, 2200. Alpha link's damage has been increased from 1750, 60, 60, 2000 to 1920. Same thing, cool. The cooperative attack's damage has been increased from 1980 to 2050. Okay. So joint attack will hit considerably harder, especially if you didn't do all of the link skills during it. Buff again though, if you did rely on this buff to solo like Hard Lucid or to, you know, for more DPM boss fights like the longers, like Varicilla, it should make it easier though. Then Shadow Flash Beta's event area creation damage has been increased from 1200 to 1300, and Beta's increased from 1500 to 1750. It's only Hard Lucid. Yeah, it's only solo and only Hard Lucid. Yeah. Okay, Kinesis. Finally, we had some Kinesis questions. Ooh, Hyper's redone. Pause chat. For Kinesis, we improved Psychic Walk and Psychic Moves performance since it's a job where the location of the character and monster is important in battle and their mobility was lacking. True. In addition, we have changed Ultimate Moving Matter, which is important to control the direction based on the positions of monsters. Okay, by removing the attack speed based on its movement speed to improve control fatigue. We have improved Psychic Tornado's range to make it easier to hit enemies. Also, we have improved the combat convenience, such as the inconvenience of ultimate BPM turning off due to running out of BP and changing Psycho Break to a passive skill. We have reduced the amount of HP consumed by Overload Mana to reduce the burden of HP consumption in boss battles. Oh yeah, that's true, yeah. That was cut from, what was it, like 4% to 2%? Alright, let's see. Let's see the numbers. Jump distance when used forwards have been increased, and the jump distance when used upwards has also been increased for Psychic Walk. Cool. No longer you are moving in a U shape, but actually maybe in a little bit of a flat U shape, I guess. Still somewhat a U. Or an upside down U, right? I should say. Ultimate material attack range has been increased by about 17%. Okay, what is this? Press, metal press, something like that, right? A parabola. Isn't it like upside down parabola again? Saying a U is the same, no? As saying a parabola. But it can be like a wider parabola, I guess. Man, parabola. I haven't thought of that word in 20 years. Jesus Christ. Okay. Maybe 19. Deep Impact. The psychic points consumption has been decreased from 5 to 2. Nice. This was actually a skill, I believe, that you used to cleanse status effects off of bosses. So you could use this on damage reflected queen, for example, and just take off the damage reflect. She would still have the red shield, but you could attack her through it. Very interesting mechanic. Fix an issue where picking up an enemy would cause HP to be consumed due to mana overload. Fix an issue where Psychic Smashing's last attack did not apply mana. Overload mana. Okay, double fix. Second round effects of being based on the number of enemies in the area has been removed. Psychic Move, the cooldown has been decreased from 10 seconds to 4 seconds. The skill will now apply an 8-second cooldown if it is used while using other skills. Skill has been improved so that you can stop moving while holding the key down and move in 3 directions. Up, up, or up. Psychic Rep 2, fixing HP, yeah. BPM, the skill will now stop attacking instead of being deactivated if your psychic points reach 0 when it is active. The attack will resume when you recover more than 3 psychic points. Ah. Skills improved so that it can be activated without any psychic points. Nice. Okay. So it's basically a fucking toggle now, is what you're saying. Recognize the remove boss debuffs as well. Yeah, I think all the Explorer Warriors have it, right? Or maybe Paladin doesn't. Maybe there's this replaced by Threaten, I think. The feature of the effect being based on the number of enemies in area has been removed. The damage has been increased from 500% to 1,000%, and the number of hits has been increased from 1 to 4. Oh, cool. So that skill just does 8 times the damage now. Is that enough for this to change? Is that 8x? Maybe it is, yeah. Maybe it's supposed to hit 8 enemies, and then it just does 8x anyway on a single target. So they just had to do that to cancel it out. Okay. Psycho Break skill has been changed into a passive that increases final damage by 40%. What does it do now? Psycho Break. It's probably still gonna have like 16 other things that pop up. MapleStory. That's not how you spell it at all, but you know what I mean. Nice. That's definitely what I was looking for. Okay, is it here? Really? Okay, why does this pop up if it's not in there at all? I love you, Google, but holy shit. Final damage boost has been decreased from 40% to 15% on Awakening. Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure on what this does. Oh, Paladin has Magic Crash as well? Okay. Kinesis skills. What is it? Psycho Break and Psychic Ground 2. Bro, why is everything named Psychic? Oh, except the one that I'm actually looking for. Cool. There's a shield. Mind Tremor. That's not the one, is it? Mindquake? Yeah, that's the one. Mind Break. Oh, there is. Oh, Psycho Break. That one depends on how many targets you hit, doesn't it? Final damage plus 2% for each enemy hit during the time. Damage cap 15%. Boss monster counts as 5. So this usually gave 10% final damage. But now it gives 40% final damage instead? Okay. And then Awakening is 30% here. And then went up to 40, I guess, with the later changes. And that goes from 40 to 15. If you go from 10 to 40 and from 40 to 15, it's like a net positive with less stuff, right? Less, fewer conditionals. Psychic round reduced guard. The skill has been changed to increase the defense reduction of psychic round by 10%. This effect is applied additively to psychic round, of course. And then new hypers. Okay, telekinesis. Telekinesis's activation rate is increased by 30%. Telekinesis damage is increased by 20%. Telekinesis bonus attack. Telekinesis number of hits is increased by 1. Huh. And then all of the Psycho Break ones are gonzo to get that. Yeah, okay. No conditionality. Does this have a specific list of which skills are counted as telekinesis? Isn't everything you do telekinesis? Teleka, technically. Psychic Tornado. When the thrown objects are flying, the attack ranges have been increased by about 56, 42, 36% for each object size. The thrown object's movement speed has been increased. This skill has been improved so that the thrown object's explosion attack is exploded closer to the character. The skill has been improved so that the thrown object explodes instantly when hitting the end of the map. Oh, that's also cool, yeah. That it doesn't just like keep going into the ether. Ultimate moving matter. The feature of increasing the attack speed based on the movement speed has been removed. The base attack speed has been increased. The skill description has... Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. Wait, if it moves faster, it does more damage? Oh, God. Psycho Break cores have been changed to Psychic Ground 2 cores, and their prefixes have been changed. Okay. Alright, interesting. Adele. Oh, my God. Are we going back? Adele back to being number 1? Maybe? How much longer here? 4 minutes. I need to chill. Chill. You chill. It's only 4 minutes, bro. For Adele, we change Storm Nobility and Restore so that they cannot be cancelled for a certain period of time after they are used, so they won't be cancelled accidentally. Dude, I cancelled Storm quite a bit. In addition, we greatly decreased Graves' cooldown to reduce the risk of hitting the wrong enemy, and improved Storm and Blossom's usability. Alright. Lay it on me. Adele mains. Here we go. Resonance feature of the final damage being increased based on the number of enemies being attacked has been removed. The damage has been increased from 120 to 210. Sure. This skill has been improved so that it cannot be cancelled for a certain amount of time after being used for nobility. And Blossom, the delay until the attack is activated has been decreased by 14%. Thank God. And Grave, the cooldown has been decreased from 90 seconds to 10 seconds. And the damage has been decreased from 800% to 220%. Wait, 10 seconds on Grave Proclamation? Okay. Okay. I am okay with that. Marker, the feature of the final damage being increased, removed. Final damage, the damage increased from 500% to 1500%. 1/9 the cooldown for 1/4 of the damage. Yeah, more than 1/4 of the damage even, yeah. But I still think you're not going to be weaving it in for damage, though. I don't think you're going to be spamming it. You'd probably rather just want to use a cleave instead. Adele is struggling, yeah. Restore skills have been improved so that it cannot be cancelled for a certain... Yeah, and then Storm skills have been improved to consume MP only when cast. The skill has been improved to be saved by buff freezers as well. Okay. Alright, this is mostly just quality of life stuff. There's no, like, insane damage increase here. Or any damage increase, even, I think. It's just utility increase. Make sure you can confirm your Blossom and that no, like, weird shit happens with your kit. Okay. Then we have Ilium. Yummy. For Ilium, we reduced the Crystal Ignition's keydown duration and added the ability to absorb MP to Divine Shield to increase overall combat stability. In addition, Crystal controls crystal movement speed has been doubled to improve the feeling of control, and Crystal Gate's cooldown will be shortened if it disappears earlier than it should have due to things like changing maps or the character dying for added convenience. Okay. Or the character dying for added convenience. There should probably be a comma here or something, because your character dying for added convenience doesn't seem like a... That's a weird sentence. Javelin. This skill has been improved so that the first hit prioritizes the boss monster with the highest maximum HP. This skill has been improved so that when there are monsters to bounce to, it will prioritize the boss monster with the highest maximum HP. Crystal Control. The crystal's movement speed has been increased by about 100%. Divine Shield. This skill now gives magic attacks a... Sorry, I was completely distracted and I didn't register anything that I was just reading. I was thinking about riding my bicycle to my sister's to take the train there on Friday. My bad. Skill has been improved so that the hit prioritizes the boss monster with the highest max HP. Skill has been improved so that when there are monsters to bounce to, it will prioritize the boss monster with the highest HP. Okay. Crystal movement increased, or doubled, yeah. Skill now gives magic attacks a 20% chance to absorb 10% max MP, 5% maximum MP on boss monsters. The damage reduction has been increased from 50% to 70%. Okay, so it's just survivability for early on, I guess. But MP stealing as well, so you don't use potions as much early on, I guess. Glory Wings Javelin, the skill has been improved so that it prioritizes the boss monster with highest HP, blah 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 blah. The damage has been increased from 300 to 420%, but no more changes of final damage increase based on number of hits. Okay. Same changes on Javelin. Crystal Gate, if it disappears faster than its remaining duration, the cooldown will be decreased by 50% of the remaining duration. Okay. Crystal Ignition cooldown has been decreased from 10 seconds to 6, and damage increased from 1400 to 2331%. Okay, yeah, they don't want anyone to be holding down skills for that long, so they have been steadily doing with that with other classes, so that one makes sense. It's actually a nerf because they forgot to buff the other skill too. Which other one? The orb, you mean? Soul of Crystal skill has been improved so that it is saved by buff freezers. Rhythm Main and Nose says that Ilium is already plenty strong. No one just knows how to play it, so it keeps getting buffs. Yeah, I think Ilium is... Because I was trolling on Ilium, but I was able to do a lot of stuff. For Project T-Ray, I did a lot of damage, and I had no idea what I was doing properly. Same with Kadena, she keeps getting buffed, no need. I mean, maybe it just needs to be more of an obvious option to people. More people just need to start playing it. And maybe they'll only see that they need to play it when it's more obviously strong, okay? That's possible. And then we have Arc, Lara, Hoyoung. Oh my god, 3 classes left, chat. We're almost through. Whew, almost through. Alright, Arc. For Arc, we adjusted Abyssal Recall and Infinity Spells cooldowns to create synergy with Arc's other skills. However, for Arc, we decided that the damage increase due to changes in skill usage cycles will exceed our expected values. We decided that the damage increase due to the changes in skill usage cycles will exceed our expectations. How can you decide that it's already going to exceed your expectations before you've put it into play? Why don't you just lower it then before you actually put it out? So the numbers will be slightly decreased. What you're saying is we have to balance it, but that's... Why are you even mentioning that? That's normal, no? That reminds me of something. Oh, man. There was a sentence that I heard one time, and it broke my brain. And I don't remember exactly how it went, but someone was like... someone said something like, I think it's gonna be more... I think it's gonna be more expensive than I think it is. And, like, I know what they were trying to say... But also that's impossible. But it broke me for a little bit. I was trying to work out like I get what you're trying to do, but it's not, it doesn't work like that. We still expect that the overall combat performance will be improved even after these reductions. Okay. For related content, we will continue to monitor our indicators even after the patch. Of course. In addition, with the cycle adjustment, we increase Battle Frenzy's duration to alleviate the stress of maintaining its stacks and improve the impending death and spell bullets so that they don't disappear immediately if an enemy does. Oh! Okay, the only extra thing we need is we need spell bullets and impending deaths not to have a range of... Fuck, what has a really short range? I don't know, like a corded Roomba or something? I don't know. But like, of like a 1991 remote control car or something, you know? Like, these things just only hit very, very, very close to home. Right, let's see. Spell bullet skills when improved. If the enemy being targeted disappears, it will no longer immediately disappear. Again, they said that before. I don't know what that means. Does that mean an extra second of waiting, or does it mean 10 seconds? That's a huge part of whether that's a good change or not. Spotting range, yeah. Spotting range needs to be improved, I think, on spell bullet. It's kind of spitting. Spitting distance. Instinct leap skills when improved so that you can float even during the up jump. Float during the up jump! Yes! The float command key has been changed to the down arrow key and the jump key, or holding the shortcut key down. A command lock feature has been added. Oh, dude, we can actually up jump and then float after that? Thank you. Now we have to choose. You either up jump or you jump and then float up. If you could up jump and then float up, you can get so high. And then you could double dash up. What you could do is you could jump. You could jump, dash up, blink up, float up, into dash up again, into dash to the side a bunch of times, into blink up again. You can get very high. Yeah, now we're on the same level of Explorer Mages, yeah. Except for their flight, their float just like slowly lets them fall, but our float gives us free reign for flying for a bit, so we can go up as well. Gives us way more vertical. Unfitting Scar damage has been decreased from 150 to from 170 to 150. Why? We have just some more damage coming on other things to balance that out. Impending death skill will no longer be damage has been decreased on 320 to 300 on unfulfilled hunger. This one is what, unbridled chaos, and this one is like uncontrollable anger or something, or uncontrollable hunger, something like that. Fusion progression, the final damage boost has been decreased from 10% to 5%. What's going on? Build restraint, the skill has been improved so that you no longer collide with monsters when casting the skill. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Wait. You no longer collide with monsters while casting the skill. Huh. Okay. Battle Frenzy duration has been increased from 5 seconds to 20 seconds. Abyssal Recall cooldown has been decreased from 200 seconds to 120. The attack duration has been decreased by about 40%. The duration where willpower is not consumed in Spectre form has been decreased from 30 to 18. The damage has been decreased from 800 to 435. The explosion damage has been decreased from 2400 to 40. What really sucks is that you would always use the Abyssal Recall, always together with your Oz Ring, and always together with your Grandest Goddess Blessing. But the Goddess Blessing is not going to be able to use every 2 minutes now, but only every 2 minutes, 3 times in a row, and then you have to wait a 2 minute period. And then it's going to be like at 2 minutes, at 4 minutes, at 6 minutes, and then it's going to be only usable at 10, and then at 14, and then at 18. And Infinity Spell cooldown has been decreased from 240 to 120, and the duration has been decreased from 90 to 49. Oh. So probably, I think it's 100 seconds for us now at level 30. So probably up to like, what, 57, 56, 57 seconds? Something like 56 maybe? Least every burst, Abyssal every burst. Yeah. Is it buff no matter how you look at it? No. No, I don't think so, because Abyssal was at 200, was basically synced with Domain before. So now it's off Domain sync. And you could use Abyssal just by itself, but I guess since Abyssal for most people is just like a tap for the explosion now. I don't know, the utility of it is probably changing quite a bit. We have to see the maths on that. I can't just say like immediately off the top of my head like, oh yeah, this is, oh yeah, of course, yeah, this is still like a plus. I don't know. Like they said that it is going to be, but you're gonna have to play the character quite differently. I guess it will be added benefit that you can do your entire infinity spell within your enhanced, whatever the fuck it's called, these things. The charge spell amplifier. That's quite nice. So 100 seconds of infinity with the following: 40 seconds of grandest, 60 seconds of shot spell amp, 30 seconds of overdrive, 30 seconds of no spectre gauge going down, 90 seconds of spectre, 30 seconds of AB link, 15 seconds of roar. Yeah, that's only roar 4 though. We still got 100 seconds of infinity, but now you get 80 seconds of grandest, 120 seconds of charge amp, of overdrive, 36 seconds. No spectre gauge going down, 96 seconds of spectre. 26 seconds. Yeah, I don't know. Infinity spell is pretty huge. Having that on every single burst is probably pretty big. Yeah. I don't know. It's probably going to be the biggest thing is that just I'm not going to have that one burst anymore that just deletes the entire bar. But as a bonus, my other burst that's a significantly smaller burst is going to be increased quite a bit so that the overall flow of the boss fight is more just more linear, which means that I also will have less trouble like accidentally killing a boss, but that's not going to be as much of a problem anymore if there's a box to open up at the end of the boss fight. So but yeah. To Lara, to improve their hunting performance. Oh yeah, because Lara struggles so much at mobbing. We increase their mobility by changing expression where the river flows so it can be used from both points and reduced. Dude, that skill is cute and everything, but that just needs to be different or way faster or something. And reduced slumber awakening's cooldown so that it can be used every monster spawn cycle. Okay. In addition, we increased Mountain Guardian's damage reduction, added resistance to darkness and skill seal status effects. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. To mountain enclosure and increased sunlight-filled grounds area to improve combat stability. Alright. Damage reduction has increased from 50% to 70% on Mountain Guardian. Especially where river flows can be used from both sides. Slumber Awakening cooldown decreased from 11 seconds to 9 seconds. I don't really use that one that much, but I guess you'll use it more. River mobbing? Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's a huge keg W, yeah. Sunlight-filled ground area range has been increased by about 67%. Dragon Vein conversion cooldown after successfully changing an element has been decreased from 7 to 4. Okay. Mountain enclosure skills have been improved so that you ignore darkness and skill seal status effects while it is active. That's actually kind of cool for gloom and dark and all that kind of stuff. Fixed an issue where if you changed maps during the skill, the critical status effect ignore effect would continue to be applied. Okay. I like how they added something and immediately a fix for that change. But there's no need to mention this because that was done completely like an alpha test outside of the test server, so. But okay. Free Dragon Vein skills have been improved so that the Dragon Veins are created a little closer to the character. Okay. Yeah, I really don't know how this is supposed to improve the hunting performance for Lara, because nobody's going to be used where the river flows, but okay. It's too slow. If the river flows, it's instead you know, like you float at 3 times the speed or 4 times the speed, then maybe. Because then you can get from one side of the map to another one pretty fast and just spam attacks while you're going. And just go from left to right to left to right. Gotta congratulate the intern that found it, I guess so. Alright, last class, Hoyoung. Last but not least. Or maybe least, we'll see. For Hoyoung, we improved the boss battle convenience by changing their main skills to prioritize hitting boss monsters. Welcome, Hoyoung, to the 21st century, where your main attacking skills will now prioritize the actual boss that you're fighting. Good job. In addition, Siege Taiyu's Miracle Tonic now instantly fully charges Talisman Energy and Scroll Energy to make gauge management easier. Wait, what? It's already easy. It's going to continue to fill, though, no? And Sage Taiyu Clone has been changed to make it easier to bind enemies. Okay, that bind was kind of sucky. Okay. This skill's been improved so that it prioritizes the boss. Yeah. This will prioritize cool. Prioritize HP. Cool. We changed it into a skill that binds several nearby enemies when used. The feature of bind duration being based on the number of enemies being attacked has been removed, and the bind duration has been increased from 8 seconds to 11 seconds. Pog. Sage Taiyu's Miracle Tonic. This skill now instantly fully charges your Talisman Energy and Scroll Energy when used. Okay. Question. Because now what it does is it replenishes it over time for a certain amount of time, and it's enough to get 2 full bars out of it and a little bit of a 3rd bar. Does this mean that it's just going to give you 1 full charge of both, boom, instantly, and it's done? Or is it going to full charge immediately and then still continue charging for the duration of it? Because if it does that first thing, it's a huge nerf and it's very shit. If it does the second thing, then it's nice. Then it's a buff and it's quite nice. But the way I read it here, it almost seems like it just gives you 1 full replenish and that's it. Compared to now 2.5 bars if you're pressing your skills properly. And Wrath of Gods, you know, notorious mobbing skill, now actually targets boss with the highest HP. Good job. It was always 11 seconds? Yeah, I'm just saying like 11 seconds. Most other classes' binds are just 10 seconds, that's why. It keeps regenerating? Well, I can't read that from this. I hope that it does, though. And then, finally, we get to Odium, which is the music that we've already been listening to this whole time. Haha. You've been spoiled without even realizing it. The Awakened Laboratory. Odium. Beautiful. You have to be level 275. And you will get some lore over here. Look at that. Oh, she back. We got some... We got a blue marble. We got a luminous secondary over here. We've got a cyber... rabbit... No. Cyber... What has a tail like this and ears like that? I think they're supposed to be those rabbits, but rabbits have like fluffy tails, not long tails, right? Probably later today, Johnny Flame. A cat? Oh, Tautier. I remember Tautier. Oh, she's gone mad with power. Oh, we've got a... Huh, we've got a giant floating machine in the air. Huh, where have I seen this before? Gallagher. On Lotus. Okay. We added a few quests, a few NPCs. We added that one girl from the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. We gave someone white eyelashes. Classic mad scientist. Classic. Yeah. Please another scrapyard. Yeah, I hope the pre-quests aren't as long. Oh, what is this character? Ooh. Spoopy Doggo with golden fangs. Okay. And we have our maps that we saw the tour that Kobe did through the maps. We've got Frog Boys, we've got Robot Boys, we've got Floating Robot Boys. We've got upgraded Wally, we got the town map, looking very cool. And we've got these bulls and... you know, moldy bumblebee looking ass monsters. Which one has the best rates for Luminous on wild spawn? I mean, probably the highest level ones, right? This one, I imagine, is going to have quite a bit of EXP on it. Alright, these monsters are going to be level 279. I'm going to have 11 trillion HP. 10% PDR, 10% MDR. Dude, really? 10.99 trill, and then this one 11.1. How much arcane? Wait, you need 420 sacred for this? Bill? Yeah, it's Bill. Sorry, but dude, I wish they would just put a B or a T. Like, I don't want to fucking read all these fucking numbers. But this is like a non-reboot anyway, right? So for reboot, it's a lot more. Do you really need 390 sacred to attack these things? Is that a sacred power? Hui P G. I don't know what that means. Sec is 200, 230, 280, 300. Why is that not mentioned on the map or on this? That is HP. 390 is HP? No, I don't think so. I think the one that says H and then P, I think, is HP. How's the EXP compared to Arcus? Well, I obviously can't tell you because it's in the test server of Korea right now. But imagine that it's more as long as you can kill quickly. You mean the 11 bill? Yeah, 11 bill is the HP. Yeah. And then MP is 70,000. I don't even know what the point of that stat is. So monsters between 275 and 279. The Odium area's elite boss monster has been added. Odium's guard soldier. Whoa, spooky. And we get another, a new symbol. Look at it. It's got the whole city floating in it. Oh god, you know what new symbol means though? Oh, it means no extra dailies for hotels, so still only 5 per day. Oh god. Forever. And then a horrible medal, of course. 5 symbols a day for Odium at 275. More dailies, yay! Everyone's excited. Now that the Odium area has been added, the setting that characters over level 284 would be considered level 284 when determining experience and meso penalties based on the difference in levels between the characters and the monsters has been changed to be considered level 289 instead. Okay. Good job. The crane is going to be that level before the area comes out. In the newly added Wigand Laboratory Odium, the journey to recover your lost power from Karate goes one step further, and various hostile forces make their appearances. In terms of Odium's story, we try to develop a fast-paced and organic connection between the front backstories and reinforce the setting of the various characters and forces at work. In particular, since Odium is an area closely connected with some jobs like Lara and Hoyoung, we have added interesting elements for each job like exclusive dialogue and map objects. Oh my god, map objects? Cool. Also this time, outside of the main story, we have added a few things to enhance the narrative and concept experience. In order to present Odium's backstories, which could not be resolved in the main quest, we added 3 sub-story quests to enhance the narrative charm. We tried new cutscene direction techniques, and we used a new type of portal in Odium's town, city of researchers. Oh, I saw that portal. Yeah, I saw it in Kobe's video, where you can kind of like down jump through the portal, and then you end up in the other one. And then you kind of like jump up from the other one, and then you down jump, and then you jump up in the other one. We expect this new type of portal will add a spatial fun and enhance Odium's concept well. It looks pretty cool. We continue to strive to provide a richer narrative experience through these various methods. I guess they had to put the lore department to work, huh? Similar to that one game from Valve called Portal. Okay, Monster Collection. New monsters, areas, and medals have been added to the monster collection. Oh, a new chairs to sit on. Oh, a Kalos chair? Oh, God. The following monsters have been added. Blib blah blue, blib blah blah, blib blah blue, blub blub blue, blib blah 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 blah, blib blib blib, lots of Korean, bo bo bo, dibby dibby da, dibby dibby do. Oh, these are all for Monster Park Extreme, I think, right? Oh, I forgot. Monster Park Extreme is going to be another daily. Oh. What department? Oh, they started that department. That's long ago. Can you read the monster names? I was waiting for that content. Dude, it's too much. It's too many. Fucking doe, G. Wow. Bun no han. Pulpo pulpa? Pulpo sos. No. Sot? That becomes a T if it's the last one, right? Too much. Can we read there in English? Oh, has he already translated them? I opened this a while ago. Oh, he already translated, yeah. Bandagemon, Thermomon. Okay. He actually spent the time to translate all of them. We got Digimons now. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimonka are the champions. Roar items have been added to Monster Collection new pages. Guardian Angel Slime Cube Chair, Zakum Cube Chair, Ocean Lily Cube Chair, Creation and Destruction Cube Chair, Back Alley Cat Cube Chair, Flower Field Bunny Cube Chair. And you might think, why are we getting so many more cube chairs? Foreshadowing. Chosen Saren Cube Chair, Watcher Kalos Cube Chair, Balrog Cube Chair, Prideful Troublemaker Cube Chair, and Extreme Bigfoot Cube Chair. Nice. Convenience improvements. Now almost 6 years after the Matrix's release. We're still adding basic functionality to it. Let's see, what are we adding this time? In the V-Matrix UI, the Enhancement Core Filter feature has been added to make it easier to find enhancement cores with the desired skills. Oh, good job. If you have one special core equipped, you can now double-click or drag and drop another special core to replace it. So good. So good. Just like how it took them about 18 years to make it so that you can swap a unique equipment with the same unique equipment without telling you that you can't equip two at the same time, because somehow switching an item for another one in the code means that at some point both of them are equipped. Same thing was actually true for special nodes. If you wanted to switch one special node for another one, you had to unequip the first one and then equip the second one. You couldn't just swap them. Basic functionality, poggers, dude. You can now use multiple personality trait items at the same time. Praise be Allah, dude. Fucking finally. No longer. There's a few of my characters that still have like a few thousand trait items. Now I know I can just hold on to them and just wait 6 months. And then I can just use them all at the same time. Thank the Lord. Oh. Then we have, what the hell? PSR. Protect shield, safety shield, and recovery shield items images have been changed to make it easier to distinguish between them. I mean, they have different colors, but okay. In a Maple auction, a notice has been added when trying to sell, consume, etc. Install cash decorative items at a price less than 50% of the 7-day average transaction price to avoid making mistakes. To improve purchasing convenience and tooltips for consumers, will display 7-day average. Yeah. And in Maple auction, if you buy 2 or more registered items, you can press the max button in the purchase confirmation window to enter the maximum amount that can be purchased at once. Huh. Chat moving too fast. No one will see that I hate this game. Good job. In the Options, UI, Chat, and Invites tab, you can choose to display timestamps for chat window messages. Wait, that's almost like having a clock! Oh my god. You can have timestamps on and then just put a message in the chat and then you'll know what time it is. It's almost like having a clock in the game, guys. Oh my god. And that, a mere what, 17 years after the game's release. 18 years. We now have a clock option. Clock with extra steps. True. No, clock with extra step is going to your home and then having to click on the clock just to see what time it is, or going to Orbis and then looking at the clock there. And before they make it a UTC clock, that's good. It should be UTC clock, because that's the server time of MapleStory. When you log out, they will allow us to display items in your storage that are going to also display items in your storage that are going to display. Dude, more basic functionality. Yes. Try to disassemble and fuse in areas other than Meisterville. The notice that it cannot be used will now be displayed instantly. Thank you. You know what we also need, though? Is that if you're going to extract a bunch of items, it shouldn't allow you to put more items in there than you can extract. It shouldn't be like, you put 10 items in, oh, I can't extract that. Okay, 9 then. No, you can't do that. Okay, 8 then. You can't do that. Okay, 3. Okay, 3 you can do. Why did you let me put in items 4 through 10 then? Just stop me at 3, please. Okay. Recruiting Helix 5 minutes later coming. Okay. You can now use the page up and page down keys on in the character selection window to move between pages. Oh. When you have the UI transparency during combat setting on, the transparency will also be applied to bag UIs. Okay. In Must Life, you can now check the results of consumable items without the cutscenes or delays. In the Kanna area quests confirmation window, content has been improved to easily understand the destination and completion conditions. Okay. Whoa. Extra achievements? Pause here. With achievements, you can now search for achievements using keywords. Oh, search functionality. That's definitely something I'm not going to be using. In the battle analysis system window, you can now use the mouse wheel to move through the pages in the detailed skill information. Improvements hunting grounds. Uh-oh. The following hunting grounds monster placement and terrain has been improved. All of... Whoa. Okay, this is in Moonbridge. This is almost all of Labyrinth. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of map read. Holy shit. World Sorrow Midpoint. World Sorrow Midpoint. That's Cernium, right? And then this is also Cernium, and also Cernium, and Cernium. And then this is Burning Cernium. Until here. And then this is all Hotel Arcus. Okay, wait. Show me those new maps. New maps show? Wait, start from the top. Okay, Limina also? Ligma. Moonbridge first. Okay, I should have just pressed the right side. Okay. Okay, so this is LH1. Okay. LH4. LH5. Motherfucker 1. Okay. Motherfucker 4. VC 6. Oh. VC6 looking like a VC3 with extra steps. Kinda. Could be a contender for VC3. As long as these things can get hit from up here. Maybe. Right. Suffering Interior 3. Okay, Suffering Interior 2. Suffering Interior 1. Suffering Interior 4. Suffering Interior 5. No way. No, this has to be... Wait, is this 5 now? And this 6? I trained on... Oh, no, I trained on 4. Yeah, okay. Wait, how is this different? Let's see, how is this different? I used to rotate bam, bam. Slam. Bam, bam. Dash, dash. Attack, attack, attack. Oh, this one didn't... This one used to be in the middle here. Maybe boom, boom. Bam. And this platform didn't exist. Oh. This platform was a little bit lower, I think. Dude, this is the map that I already trained in. I had a good rotation on that. Okay. 6, and then Labyrinth of Suffering, Core 1, 2, and 7. 1, 2, and 7. They want people to grind in lab? Yeah, of course, yeah. They don't want people to be infinitely stuck in Limina. Which is good, you know, because we don't want Limina to be this huge bottleneck where people get their FAMs. We want people to move into Labyrinth as well. Deep Core 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. And I don't know about all of these little platforms, though. Oh, that was 6, my bad. World Sorrow Depth 1, 2, and 3. Because these maps are dead as fuck. Nobody's here either. But they were like very long, flat maps. Oh, they're basically turning them into mini 1-4s and 2-5s and 3-6s and 3-5s. Or 2-5s. Okay, these maps... Oh, huh? Huh? Okay. Okay. Okay, nobody's gonna train these maps ever, bro. These maps are not gonna happen. This is just for dailies. I like the clouds in the background that are like cut off, and this background is also like cut off here. Okay, this one looking kind of. These are looking kind of okay. I don't know about this one. Everything seems a bit too spread out here. Why is there like a one platform with one dude here and these 3 I don't know about this, man. Certainly that was Burnium, and now we're in Arcus. Okay. These look pretty good. Yeah, I need more of the train maps to be relevant as well. Which one is this? Train with no destination 1? Oh, this is train 1. No, that's train 4, sorry. This is train 1, and then this is 4. And 4 is the one where I used to train? Wait 4 minutes. Chill. Okay, you chill. Five is where we do... Oh, 6. Oh, 4. Okay, so 4 is going to look significantly more like 5 then. Okay. 4's more mobs than 5? It looks like it, right? Looks like this map might be kind of good then. You could do a very similar rotation as on 5 as well. So it almost seems like they just doubled the amount of 5 maps. Kind of. That's pretty cool. Flame Wolf. Normal and Chaos Flame Wolf's maximum HP have been changed. The damage required for each Flame Wolf reward rank has been changed. And Flame Wolf's time before it automatically disappears has been changed from 2 hours to 1 hour. Voices have been added to Mihaw's story quest. And here is the reason why we have more cube chairs, guys. Is because we can Voltron them up in different shapes and sizes now. You can, if you want to, have 6 chairs high, 3 chairs wide, a total of 18 chairs that you sit on top of. It's like 6 more cubes to the left and to the right. Look at that. Huge ass space. For all the... Never mind. Okay, NPC changes, map changes. Nobody cares about any of that. UI changes. Client performance. The damage effect performance has been improved. The basic effect 2 beta and mini effect beta options that were in testing have been removed. The performance of the basic effect, cascading effect, blade effect, the mini basic, all of them have been improved. Okay. And improve the issue where the client would slow down or freeze during combat. Effect output related performance optimizations have been made overall, and projectile skills performance optimization have been made. Many players have complained with using about the issue where the client would sometimes slow down or freeze when a lot of damage was dealt in a short period of time. Oh wait, is that the main reason why they changed the the 4-minute burst? Never mind. We've been investigating the issues for the past few months, and as a result, we have identified and corrected factors that degraded performance, such as damage, skin effects, skill hits, and effect outputs. You know, one thing that they can remove is those little squiggly lines in front of every critical hit. Okay, get rid of those. Everyone is going to make the chair shaped like a dick, most likely. Cock and ball chairs incoming. We expect that the more players will be able to fight in a comfortable environment with these changes, and we will actively improve the things that need performance improvements in the future. Okay. Sounds good. Now just do it. Now just do what you say. And don't just say what you'll do. Pets have been improved so that pets whose magic time has expired will return to being dolls more quickly. Oh yeah, so you don't like stand there spamming them when it's like, this parent's life is already dried up. Right, oh my god, and he's still... There's still error fixers, but this is just quests, items, NPCs, monsters, map UI, etc. Nobody cares about this. Okay, I would just skip all of that anyway. Oh my god, these are some long ass patch notes. Look at this. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be very curious to what KMS's feedback is and how much of this is gonna go through. I think this might be an unprecedentedly high amount of stuff that has to get changed a second time, or that doesn't go through at all and just gets reverted to old. I feel like they tried to do a whole lot of things, but I am not sure that they have succeeded in reaching their goals with these changes that we see here for all the classes. For some, probably it's okay, but I've been hearing a lot of chatter here and there of people not being happy with the changes, and the whole, it's supposed to be, or we expect this to be a benefit, and then ends up being a shit. Please keep the Iron buffs. Iron buffs are looking pretty cool, yeah. So, got through it, yeah, thank God. So I'll be interested to see what ends up actually happening in the live servers. But of course, so will you guys. So when that stuff does come out, it is going to be possibly next Friday. I won't be here, so I won't be here until next week on... Well, I'll be here this week, but I won't be here on the day like the stuff comes out. So the reaction to that and all of that kind of content uploads will not be live until the week after that. So yeah, comments like on the thing. I usually never go through the comments because I kind of assume it's a lot of people just. Oh, someone translated all the monster names here. So you could just yoink them all? Nice, that's very nice. Didn't saw that. Didn't see that. Jesus. Is this guy okay? RIP most of the jobs. That's a big foot. Damn. That's a small head and a big ass foot. Don Juan. He literally can't seem to win. Stuck with Moonlight Slash. And I could have easily given them another one. Then you actually make them better by buffing Frenzy. Then you go back and nerf it. Who the hell cares about using Shield Chase in the air? Why not make it just a toggle and be done at this point? Execution should be scrapped for a new attack. If you're not gonna give this class more mobbing other than third job attack, and understanding the direction I can taking with this class, y'all. Move Moonlight Slash to fourth job that people stop complaining about. It's calling remaster. No, the remaster was in the first part. This is the second part of it. Procedures on metal lines still summon 2 knights. Will automatically summon another knight when the cooldown ends, so you just turn it on once and it will constantly resummon the knights without having to do it manually. 7-second cooldown, no wing effects. It's just iframe now for Winter's Beast. Yeah. Or you have to redo this, yeah. Perhaps skill is affected by cooldown reduction, but how about buff duration increase? Seems toilet mode, the MP consumption per second has been changed from 1. May need to pee faster now, I guess. Passive still hopeless when they never remove non-attacked enemies. Help for mobbing, 0 help on bosses. Magic Lance is still stuck waiting for them to remember to change certain buffs to pass. True. Lara's to continue to buff a 3rd job mobbing skill for DA that's well into its 5th job. I just don't get it. Scrap Moonlight Slash if that's what it takes for you to stop buffing it. So you aren't going to give mobbing back to execution. You may as well do the same thing. 11 execution buffs DS though, yeah. Shogun buff that enhances Demon Slash, Giant Snake that mobs like crazy, and Toggled Shadow Partner as a DA main. I don't know what they're going to do with the class, but man, DAs are not happy. They finally had something cool. And then immediately cut off again. Serving for also percentage to be applicable to Demon Avengers. Man, it's a lot of Demon Avengers not being too happy. But yeah, that's the big old part 2 for, I don't know, 3 hours. How long is this? But yeah, that's the current state of the test server in Korea and all the stuff they have thrown in there. Leaked. They've thrown into the game at this point. So yeah, hopefully by next week we'll see what goes through, what doesn't. I'm expecting a lot of changes. Usually the past few notes, they've almost copied everything over. But with this one, I'm expecting quite some changes. Imagine making an HP class that needs pitch drops so much over others. Well, and we scale off of Star Force, so you need it. Yeah. That's gonna be, man. It's gonna be rough, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right. Hopefully that was all informative and enough extra context added for you to sit through all of that. And thanks for watching.